Hey guys, this is Brian, aka Texas Treasures, and bringing you another Bolo Buzz What Sold video. I will show you the items that sold for me last week on eBay, Poshmark, and sometimes some other sites. I make these videos to help you know what to look for when you're outsourcing to be able to make money online on eBay, Poshmark, and other websites. As always, I start with my lowest priced items and I end with my highest priced items, and I have many sells this past week over $50, and I'll also be talking about what the adjustments and things I'm seeing that are selling that may benefit you as you look to see what you need to be listing and possibly sourcing. So if you find this kind of content valuable, make sure you hit the red subscribe button below. Hit the bell button and you'll be notified as soon as I release these videos. And as always, hit the like button. That always helps me out. And comment below, how are your sales going and what have you sold recently? All right, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. All right, first up, we have a pair of Victoria's Secrets pink women's joggers. These were from a storage unit I purchased. Paid about $1 for them. Sold 10 with a profit of $6.05. Obviously, Victoria's Secret is something to be on the lookout for. I'm sorry if I'm looking down. I'm just checking notifications. I'm on an online auction trying to win a really cool item, which I hope to be able to tell you about. I don't want to say anything just yet and jinx it. All right, next up, also from my Nike unit, another pair of headbands. Selling a lot of these headbands, different colorways. They'll sell for 12 and change with shipping on eBay, a profit of $8.30. Also from a storage unit, here we have an Adidas men's baseball cap, blue, acid wash, denim, trefoil, snapback hat, one size. Notice I fill out all those keywords. Try to get as many keywords in as you can. From the storage unit, paid about $1, sold for $16.95, including shipping on eBay, for a profit of $12 and change. All right, here, and once again, another storage unit item, guys. Here we have a Nike men's jacket, red, black, long sleeve, full zip up. Pretty cool looking, to be honest. Size small, so ain't no way it's gonna fit me. If it was a double XL, I might have kept it. Really like this jacket. Got it in the storage unit, so the cost of goods averaged out to about $1, and it sold for $25. Obviously, Nike, as you could tell if you've watched my videos, is always a hot selling item to be on the lookout for if you can get it at the right price. And my next item, also from that same Nike unit. This person bought 2 sets of Nike headbands. These are a different colorway than the last ones. So they got 6 headbands in total. My cost was about $2 from the storage unit. Sold for $29.44, leaving me a profit of $20.53. So I guess people are still buying athletic wear, athleisure wear. Now's a good time to get your fitness on with a lot of free time that most of us have right now. Okay, so finally something that wasn't from a storage unit. These I picked up, I don't remember, either garage sale or a thrift store. Love boots. It's one of my items I'm always on the lookout for. Here we have a pair of Justin boots. These are women's, pink and brown. I did use some leather conditioner to restore the leather on these. They looked a lot rougher, and leather conditioner will go a long way, guys. There's a little tip. Anyway, paid $6 for these, sold for $30 on Poshmark with a profit of $18. These are women's size 7B, which would be narrow. And by the way, women's shoes and boots, the most common sizes are 7 and 8. Justin boots are always a boot to be on the lookout for if you can get it at a good price. All right, moving on up that ladder. Once again, make sure you stick around to the very end. The prices only get up, the items only get better. Here we have a Ralph Lauren men's gray Glen plaid dress pants, flat front, size 40 on the waist, 29 on the inseam. Picked these up at the thrift store on a sale day. I don't know about you guys, I sure miss going to the thrift store. I can't wait till we get through this pandemic and able to source again. It will be great. Anyway, picked these up at the thrift store, paid about $1.25. These sold on eBay with shipping for $40.94, leaving me a profit of $35 and change. Ralph Lauren is always a good brand to look out for on clothing like this. Just expect it to take a little longer to sell. Clothing is not my favorite thing to sell, to be honest, but eventually it will sell, and your ROI, your return on investment, will be great. All right, so here we have. Now, this item is, I think these are the items that are going to be selling more right now. So if you have these items in your death pile or around your house and you're not using them, you want to earn a little extra cash, list your puzzles, your games, your video games, DVDs, books, anything that can entertain someone at home. I think these items are on fire right now. I picked this up. Well, first of all, let's talk about what is it. It's a Norman Rockwell Boy Scouts of America Friend in Need. 2275 is the model number of that puzzle, and it's 540 pieces. And this is a brand new puzzle. I picked this up at a thrift store. I remember when I picked it up, paid $3.50, and it's probably been 6 months ago, to be honest, guys. It's been sitting in my inventory. Always make sure you do your research. When I bought it, I did find sold history that showed a good price. Honestly, I don't think they was selling for as much as these sold for. But now, once again, as everyone is home, they're bored. They're wanting to do puzzles and games and entertain themselves. And a cool piece like this, like some new dead stock, a brand new old puzzle like this, there's two possibilities. Either this is a collector that wants to add this to their collection and they're not even going to open it, or it may just be someone that like, oh, that's a cool, that's a cool puzzle. We got two Boy Scouts. We got a dog. Maybe this makes them think back on a time when things, go back in the day, so to speak, when things seemed safer and more predictable. A lot of times when we have these situations, these crises, people will watch the I Love Lucy's, the Leave It to Beaver, these old nostalgic shows as just kind of sense of comfort. And I'm just guessing here, right? That might be part of the allure of this puzzle. But either way, it sold for a lot of money and a nice profit of $61 and change. Okay. Now, shout out to Pure Hustle Podcast, one of my favorite YouTube channels. They also have a good podcast I listen to on Spotify when I'm out in the car. And they were talking about how video games were on fire. And I looked through my small death pile and I had a couple guitars. I listed this Guitar Hero guitar, and literally within 2 or 3 hours, it sold for full price. And if you look up the sell-through rates as of right now, the sell-through rates on these things are on fire. So if you've got Guitar Hero stuff, list it now. I was originally going to hold out and package it with a game, maybe try to get the dongle, but this sold. This is an Xbox 360 Guitar Hero Red Octane Gibson Explorer wired controller, no dongle on this one, and 95065 is the model number of it. So for $49.99 plus shipping for a total of $74.94. Paid $5. Think this was at a garage sale. I picked this up for a profit of $52.97, and this sold within a couple of hours. So get your video game stuff up and listed, guys, if you haven't already. Matter of fact, I was talking to my brother. He called and he had some old stuff like this in video games. I'm like, dude, get it listed. Call me if you need help looking up the comps. Another thing, when you're looking at comps on these guys, I would sort from high to low or even ended recently, because the market has changed on these. It's really shot up over the past few weeks. So make sure you're paying attention to the current market. All right. Man, we're only getting better, guys. A lot of these sales came in yesterday. Sunday was a good day for me. Hopefully it's been a good weekend for you guys too. Here we have a Hickey Freeman. That's a really good men's suit brand, dress wear, men's two-piece, bottoms and top, black pinstripe flap. These are the flaps, flat pockets, wool. This is 100% wool. Size 46, that's the chest measurements, and the pants are 38 by 22. So if you're out there looking for suits, when you can get back to sourcing, a couple things to consider. One is our brands, and when you've got some time, if you can't go source, research something. Research suits. Look at the brands that are selling for good money. Also look at the material. Hickey Freeman's a good brand. 100% wool is a good material. Cashmere would be better, but 100% wool is good. And I picked this up at a thrift store a few months ago for $7.75. It sold with shipping for $98.94 with a beautiful profit margin, beautiful profit of $83.73. Reaching for my tea, having me a little London fog right now. Some hot tea with a little bit of vanilla cream to get through this afternoon. Suits. Yeah, what are we talking about? Suits. So one thing to consider with suits, just be prepared. It does take more time to list because you got to get all the measurements. You got to get the chest measurement. You got to get the shoulder measurement back to back. You've got to get the sleeve measurement. What else? Oh, you got to get the length from the collar to the bottom. Those are the bare minimum on the measurements. There are more measurements you can get. And on the pants, you got to get the waist and the inseam. Because you're looking for someone that's looking for this suit and that has this exact size. They have to have a size 46L, which is 46 long. That means the sleeves in the back are a little bit longer than regular. And they're also looking for a 38 by 32. So the customers that are you can sell this to is much more narrow than a lot of items, and fewer people need suits. So your sell-through rate, it will typically take longer, but when it sells, you can make good money on it. So check it out. All right, moving on up, we have $100+ sale here. Here we have a bed stew, boots, leather is the material, harness is the keyword for this piece right here. Motorcycle is the style, Chelsea is another style for this type of boots. Vintage, because these are more than 20 years old. Beautiful boots, by the way, for being 20 years old. I wish they were my size, but I need 13, not 10 and a half. Ankle boots. So once again, get all these keywords so that when people are searching, they will pop on your listing in the men's size 10 and a half. Paid $3.50 for these at the thrift store. What an amazing find. Condition these with some conditioner. That's all I did. Condition them, buff them out. Looked up, always do your research, looked up the sold comps and saw what they were selling for. And these have been listed for about a month or so. They did sell. I think they sold for full asking price, or maybe I sent an offer. I don't remember which. Sometimes I do send offers to watchers, which is another good thing you can do if you're trying to generate sales. But anyway, they sold for $109.95. Profit margin, not profit margin, I keep saying that, profit of $98.12. Men's boots are a bread and butter item for me. So sales are up and down. Now, before all this started, right before all this started, I had 28 items sold about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and the numbers have come down. That's the bad part. The good part is there's still sales though. There's still sales, and as you saw, there's some good sales. So I had 11 items sell this week. Paid $33 for those 11 items. They sold for $522.74. Profit of $416.36, which was an amazing profit margin. I guess that's why I keep saying profit margin on this episode of 80%. I'm always looking for 50% or higher, 80%. I'm usually in the 65 to 75% range. 80% is really good. Have 530 active listings on eBay. Of course, I'm having the same problem a lot of people are as far as sourcing. Can't really get out. We're supposed to be at home. I have done a couple of online estate sales where it's curbside pickup. You do an online auction. They give you call and schedule a time, and they leave your item out there for you to pick up on the curbside. So there's actually no contact with anyone else. Take your Clorox, wipe your items down, be safe, be smart, but you still can source a little bit. You can also source online. I've done a little bit of online sourcing. I've got some pieces I'm going to go work on and list here as soon as I get done with this video. But the mass sourcing, that's hard. You've got to look online to do what you can. And if you can't source, like I've been saying on my other videos or our Thursday night shows, make sure you're researching, you're learning new niches. Be like my friend Clay's Closet. He's organizing, cleaning out, getting your inventory. Just do something productive. And I really emphasize the researching part. So when we come out of this mess we're in, you'll be in a stronger position. And I do think there will be many opportunities, guys. Unfortunately, when we have bad economic times, people are looking to sell things, so there will be opportunities out there. If you're fortunate enough to be able to stockpile some cash, do that, and you'll be in a good position to take care, take advantage of those opportunities. Well, be safe out there, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. And until next time, happy, and I'll say this time, in this case, happy online treasure hunting, guys.